Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1%? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com. Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, boydinvestigativegroup.com.
License number A 833-900-020.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Well, think about it. If we get what the market currently is discounting 4 rate hikes this year, that gets us all the way up to 1% on the Fed funds rate. And maybe the bond yield will move to 2.5%. These are not killer interest rates, in my opinion. They were just really indications of a strong economy.
But I don't think rates are going to be moving above 1.75 to 2% in 2022 because we just really, as a country, can't afford to have that happen, and the Fed's not going to let that happen.
Well, the Fed doesn't know what they're doing. They never have. You think about the Federal Reserve. They've always been wrong. The only thing they've been right about, they've always made money for themselves, the owners, and the top 1% while screwing Main Street. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Okay, we got a lot to talk about today. The market's down again, struggling because it's out of ammo. The market, which you know as the tech market, since 2008, is struggling. They're struggling because all that inflation, all that printing of money for 14 years to drive these tech stocks. Remember, they're not driving value stocks where there's value attached to these things. These are pure growth speculative stocks. And they just continue to print money, go out and buy treasuries to manipulate the yields, to push stocks up that have, think about it, especially in 2020, negative earnings. 2021, negative earnings. Think about this. Your tech stocks, the ones you're in love with, the ones you're addicted to, especially the 6 stocks that they attach to the S&P to act as a booster to push the other stocks up. And if you deducted and took from them 2021, pull those out, you wouldn't have made your 17%, 18% return. You'd have made probably 9% return. Even 10%. You say, well, that's good. Oh, really? That's not as good as 16, 17%. That's what keeps them coming back, that 16, 17% return. But they don't realize that 16, 17% return, and the jibber jabbers will never tell you, that's masking how really terrible the economy's doing. It's masking it. Now, let's think about this. This I don't understand it. They're talking about interest rates. So let's think about this for a moment, okay? So in 2000, he's going to raise the rates. He says 5 times. Powell's going to raise the rate 5 times, right? Oh, let's think about this. How stupid the Fed is. In 2015, after they started in 2008 printing all this money to get yields down so that you push these tech stocks up so everybody gets rich, Yellen started to raise rates to fight inflation. Just what Powell says he's going to do now. So Yellen started raising these rates to fight inflation. And all that inflation, all that printing of money, keep buying those treasuries, get those zero rates in there to keep pushing up these tech stocks, get rich. By 2018, the CPI, the CPI we just have come out that tells us our inflation 7%, which is a bunch of nonsense. Does anybody really believe inflation 7% when you're paying gasoline and you're paying for your food and your cars? I mean, are you kidding? 7%. And a lot of these items are up 36, 46%. Gasoline, 45%. Used cars up, 36%. You know what it is. I don't have to tell you. Crazy. You really think it's 7%? What are you, nuts? So they have showed that the inflation is 7%. Let's go with that number. Let's go with the lie. Let's go back to 2018. Remember, Yellen decided to start raising rates slowly, and by the time she got to 2018, inflation was, or their CPI was at 2%. 2%. So let's compare, as I say, to the 7% today. So what'd they do? Well, she was fighting, and by the way, by 2017, when she left and Powell came in because Trump was, and now the president of the United States, Yellen, before she left, raised rates 5 times for a total of 1.25% to fight 1.9%. What are you, nuts? Let's think about this. So now Powell, how do you raise? Now Powell's saying he's going to raise rates like she did 5 times to 1.25% to fight inflation of 7%. You think they're really serious about this? You think they really want to fight inflation? Of course not. They don't want to fight inflation because the rich get richer with inflation. See, what the rich have that you don't have, they have diamonds, they have commodities, they have exotic real estate, they have assets you couldn't even dream about, and they want inflation. Why do you think, for heaven's sakes, when Yellen, seeing all this inflation going on by printing money to buy these treasuries, to push these tech stocks up so the 1% is getting richer and richer off these tech stocks, and the inflation's going up, and think about it. When she finally gets done, got my I raised my rates 5 times. Boy, I'm going to kill this inflation. I'm going to come after that 1.9%, and we're going to knock it down. I'm my interest rates now are at 1.25%. To fight, I'll round it off, 2% inflation. She raised rates 1.25% to fight inflation of 2%, and now he's going to raise rates, same thing, 1.25% to fight inflation of 7%, which our inflation is really 14%. What are you, nuts? People are buying into this. This is crazy. They're not serious. How do you fight inflation? How do you fight inflation if we really have, let's use the 7%. How do you fight 7% inflation when Powell now is going to raise it 1.25% to fight 7%? I know I keep repeating this because I don't get it. I don't get it. This is nuts. And the inflation is not 7%, it's 14%. But see, Here's the other reason why they love inflation, because it destroys the dollar. And that means all the debt that these billionaires and millionaires, these very wealthy people have, they love it because that means they're paying back their debt. They're paying back their debt with destroyed dollars. They love it. The government, the Congress loves it. Congress wants this inflation. Screw Main Street. Remember, they're making a lot of money. And Congress loves it because guess what? Our national debt, we now can pay China back. We can pay Japan back. But I have to write a check. Remember, the more we destroy our dollar with inflation, we're paying down our debt with destroyed dollars. They love it. They want to destroy the dollar, which is worth nothing. They can pay back all their debt. Oh, and what about you and I on Main Street? You think they really give a damn? So what do we do? Well, I'll tell you when we get back. Phil's Gang. Join my gang free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Green at fiscal.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Green at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable. African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang free for 10 days. Not only do you get the free membership for 10 days, but you get the color-coded chart, where that chart tells you when to buy, when to add to your position, when not to add, and when to sell short, and when to run like hell. Now, the selling short makes all the difference in the world. This crash is not going to be any different than the other crashes. Those people who don't know how to sell short are going to get slaughtered. Especially the people who keep on chasing these tech stocks have no idea what they're doing. They have no, I could sit here all day long saying, hey, do you know you're buying these tech stocks? They're insanely overpriced. Do you know that when the tech stocks went up, when the S&P, 6 tech stocks pushed the S&P 500, 6 stocks pushed up 494 other stocks, 17%. And you know why it went up 17%? Not because of earnings. Remember, it's always earnings. Hey, we're in the earnings season, man. We're in the earnings season. Yeah, we're in earnings season. Earnings, big thing. Earnings. Mother's milk. Markets, mother's milk. Earnings. Do you know what the earnings were to push the 2020, the S&P up 17%? They manipulated those yields to come down from 2.4% to less than 1%. See, it's not earnings. You know their earnings was minus 3.3%. Minus. They had no earnings. Think of this. They had no profit. Stock goes up 17%. And how they do that? By rigging the yields, by printing money, going in, buying treasuries, drop those yields down to push these stocks up that aren't making money. No earnings. No, 2021. Let's talk about that. The S&P, again, why? It went up 27%. How? Because remember what they did early on in 2008 to push the S&P up because they weren't going to go anywhere. They attached 6 tech stocks to these 494 stocks. There's your total 500 to push these stocks up. So we went up 27%. We had a 27% rally in the S&P in 2021. You know what the earnings were? Minus 21. 2020, minus 3.38. So it's telling you something. Stop listening about earnings. Earnings has meant nothing since 2008. Nothing. You care less. It's all about if the earnings are going down. I mean, if the yields, you push those down fast enough, far enough, then tech stocks take off. And you're paying for these stocks so overpriced. You're going to make a lot of money, and we did, and my members did, a lot of money in these tech stocks. But here's the difference. We know when to get out. 80% of people lose money because they don't know when to get out. But here's the thing, it's even better than getting out. We just switch our position. So we make money on the way down. And that is what we're going to show you in 10 days, and it's free, over 10 days. And if you don't want to learn that, then we have a beautiful program called our PT program, PT2 program, Working Investor Program, where every day, Steve, who's head of our education department, he takes our actual portfolio, our gang portfolio of stocks, and my portfolio, and he goes through each one of those stocks at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He posts them, tells you exactly what to do. If you're supposed to be making money with that stock going down instead of getting out and you're running around trying to find some other stock because you don't know how to go short, which is the craziest thing in the world, and why 80% of people lose money, he'll tell you exactly what to do. And you just follow it. So even if you don't want to learn, you can make money. And if you think I'm full of crap, check it out for 10 days. It's free. Okay, listen, we got a lot to talk about here. So what are we going to do? We got to get you to understand something. You people in 401ks, you're going to get slaughtered again because you're not allowed to make money on stocks that are going down. You got to sit there and get slammed and keep calling your broker or somebody and say, hey, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Like they care? There's no fiduciary relationship between you and your planner or the guy that's managing your 401k. You could care less. You know, it's interesting. They're talking about all this inflation. How did it all occur, they tell us? I mean, I could really care less because we're going to make a lot of money when the market's going down just like we did with the market going up. But let's talk about it. Listen to this for a second. This is crazy. Listen to this. All right.
Are you saying that inflation was caused by the pandemic?
So we certainly have seen the perpetuation, for instance, of the Delta variant leading to
yes, ma'am. But are you saying that the inflation is caused by the pandemic?
I certainly think the supply-demand imbalances that have been the biggest contributors.
Unbelievable. What a lie that is. She's from the Fed. She's one of the Fed governors. What a liar. She knows that's not true. Let me explain what caused the pandemic. Remember, the Fed, this inflation, when things started to go bad, and they decided, okay, we had all the sickness, and stupidly, they decided, let's shut the economy down. Send everybody home so nobody's producing any goods. Now think about that. Send everybody home so we have no production going on. And then not only send them home, let's send them a boatload of money. Let's send them $1,400 check. Oh, what are they getting a week? $300 unemployment? Let's send them another $300 on top of that. $300 so they're getting $600. Let's send each one of their kids $300. Let's send them money so if they're behind on their rent, we'll pay their rent for them. If they're behind on their house payment, we'll pay that for them. And they had all this money, but nobody was producing any goods. So everybody's buying stuff, but nobody's producing it. So when you got all this demand for sneakers and nobody's making sneakers are going to go up. It was not the disease that made this inflation. It was how they decided to fix it. It wasn't a pandemic. More when I get back. Join my gang free for 10 days so you can protect yourself.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Philsgang.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang radio show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to philsgang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. philsgang.com and Phil's Gang social media, keeping you connected.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
You can't handle the truth. And that is the truth. So when you're calling your broker, what should I do? What should I do? Or the guy who, you can't, that's the other thing. If you're in a 401k, you can't get a hold of the guy that's in charge of your 401k. You don't even know who you are. And they won't allow you to short. Matter of fact, you're in a 401k, you wake up one morning, which we will, be down 1,000, 2,000 points, and you can't get out. You got to wait to the end of the day. 401k is garbage. It's cruel. But anyways, let's get back to this inflation. Because inflation is a killer. But it benefits the wealthy, the top 1%, and that's why they want it. Remember, they're the bubble creators. They create the inflation because it benefits them. They make a fortune with inflation, with their assets, and also destroys the dollar, which pays down their debt. That's why they want inflation. But for you, gasoline's going up. I mean, look, think about all the food's going up 7%, gasoline, 42%, 50%. You know all the numbers. And now they're going to fight inflation. They said inflation's only 7%. What are you, nuts? Whoever believes inflation's 7%? But if it was, they're going to fight it by raising rates. Raising rates over 2 years. 1.25% to fight 7%. You think they're serious about it? This is insane. Now, I also want you to think about this. Again, all this money that they printed during COVID to send to folks so they don't have to go to work created even more massive inflation. And that is what caused the problem at the docks. You had nobody producing goods. So you had, instead of a store, you got 100 sneakers to sell. You got 3 pair. And you got all this money chasing 3 pair of sneakers. Of course, you're going to have this tremendous demand and no production. That's what did it, not the disease itself. This is what triggered. COVID triggered this inflation. It triggered, but that wasn't the cause. That wasn't the cause. This is crazy. Now, the other thing about this virus, they're never truthful with us. And that's why the only way you're going to make money in a market is you got to know both sides of the market. And look, you don't have to, if you don't want to, look, you join my gang. As I say, we have a program that you say, you know, Phil, I don't want to go to class. I don't want to, I just don't want to learn anything anymore. I've been through school. Can't you just tell me when to get in the stock? When to buy it, when to sell it? I mean, I have so many people say, my friends and even my brother, when you buy a stock, can't you just buy some for me, just do the same thing? I said, look, the closest I can get to that is Steve takes my portfolio and he takes his portfolio, the Working Investor Group, and you decide which stock you want to follow, and he tells you exactly what to do, exactly what we're doing. But you got to include selling short. If you don't sell short, that's like running a car with forward but no reverse. All right, let's talk about, I'm running out of time. Let's talk about this virus. Whose fault this was, right? So at 4 o'clock today, our president is going to explain to us what happened. Now, listen to this.
I'm not going to shut down the economy. I'm not going to shut down the country. I'm going to shut down the virus.
Really? Then he changed his mind, remember? He said, you elect me, I'm going to shut this down. I got a plan. It's already in place. Trump had no plan. I got one. It's in place. Now, what did he say last week?
There is no federal solution. This gets solved at a state level.
Oh, wait a minute. Now that you're elected, now that you're our president, it's not. Oh, you made a mistake. There's no solution. It's up to the governors. See, no matter what they do in Washington, they don't care about us. No matter what the Fed does, they don't care about us. That's why it's so important that if you just follow us in the stock market, so when we have times like this and the market's going down, you're making money. If you don't believe it, just try it for 10 days. You see it works. Can you imagine him now telling us there's no solution? That's not my problem. It's the state's problem. This is crazy. Nobody cares. Well, they're making a fortune Him and his son and Pelosi and all of them inside trading, making a fortune. You know what they're going to make a fortune on? Selling these stocks short. They want this market to crash. You make more money selling short than you ever do buying stocks. I mean, the only answer is this, is that if you can get to that point to understand that for 14 years, they've been printing all this money to buy Apple and Microsoft and Amazon and Google and Facebook, these stocks right there, and Tesla. They just added that one. Collectively, it's worth about $8.1 trillion. And it accounts for about 25% of the total. If you take the total S&P 500, they're worth about $33 trillion. Those 6 stocks account for more than 25%, almost 35% of the S&P. So their whole idea since 2008 was all we got to do is take these tech stocks, and all we got to do is forget value stocks. Let's just go with these tech growth stocks. And as long as we can keep, and we won't tell the people what we're doing, as long as we can keep printing all this money, and we're not going to tell them it screws them with inflation, as long as you keep printing all this money, keep buying treasuries and driving those yields down, because they live on yields being low, and those tech stocks will go up, and they don't even have to make any money. They don't have to have any earnings. They won't know the difference. And by the time we get to a point that we created so much inflation from doing this with these tech stocks for 14 years, we're rich. We're wealthy. And then the market's going to go the other way. Think about it. 70 million shares change hands every day on these stocks. So these poor people are stuck in these stocks, especially what we call tourist investors, have no idea what they're doing. They don't know the difference. When I say earnings, when I say the market went up in 2020 17%, and the only way they got it up 17% is by printing money to get those yields down to 89%. But the company didn't make any earnings. They don't know what I'm talking about. They have no idea what a yield is. They don't even know what earnings are. All they know, I got to buy Apple. I got to buy Apple. Give me an Apple. Give me a Microsoft. All going up. I'm getting rich. I'm going to get rich. Like the Bitcoin. I'm getting rich. Everybody's getting rich in Bitcoin now. 70 million shares trade a day on that. Can you imagine the spiders? 70 million shares of the spiders, the S&P 500, the ETF spider. You want to be on the right side of that. What you want to do, okay, when this market's going to start crashing. Remember what I said in 2018. Remember what I said? I want everybody to mark down this date, January 16th, today. That Phil Grandy said, on this date, January 16th, this is the beginning of the stock market crash. The crash will be caused by China, the FANG stocks. There you go. China and the FANGs are exactly what's causing this crash. Let's take China. China right now, remember what China is. There are 2 things you can always tell which direction the market's going to go. If you follow China and you follow the treasuries. China right now, they're getting killed. They're getting killed. Remember, China, everybody, us, all the countries buy everything from China because it's cheap. And guess what? Their growth is going negative. That tells you all the countries around the world are in trouble. Not just us. All the countries are in trouble. Also, our global debt is historic. Our debt here in the United States is historic. Our corporate debt is historic. What does this mean? It's an opportunity to make money by shorting a stock. It's so easy. We'll do it for you. It's free for 10 days. Check it out, please. And help St. Jude when you make money.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable. African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
You know, you always get the truth here. We always tell you the truth. I mean, we wouldn't dare come out and say the things that they say on the fake Business News Network. Are you kidding me? They just lie. They just lie. Just like Congress. Do you trust Washington? They lie. Then why are you trusting Wall Street? They lie. Why are you trusting the jibber jabbers? They all lie. Are you kidding me? The only one who's halfway decent, who doesn't lie, okay, is Varney. When Varney said, don't here, this is what he said.
Don't ever take investment advice from me.
Yeah, he is smart. At least he told the truth on that. But the only way I can reach out and help you is to get you to open your mind just a little bit and say, you know what, I'm going to try this shorting thing. And if you don't have time to come to our class to learn, that's okay, because we'll have you in the working investor group. That's why we call it working investor. Folks like you that either don't have time to learn or just don't want to. They're sick of going to school their whole life. And that way, Steve, every day at 2 o'clock, will take my portfolio and his portfolio, and he goes through every stock and tells you what to do in each one of those stocks. So you're covered. For $39.95 a month. Are you kidding me? If you want to get into it really and go to our classes and go and pick up our videos, I mean, we got the finest teaching, I think, set up anywhere. We got charts, we got classes, we got videos, you can get in as deeply as you want. But right now, I think the biggest thing you got to think about, we are in a epic bubble. It was created on purpose going to 2008 when they screwed Main Street and said, no longer, let's not worry about earnings, because these companies, these value stocks will take too long to get going and get our money back, because they lost $10 trillion in wealth. I'm talking about the wealthy guys. They lost $10 trillion. They wanted to get that money back quick, and they didn't want to go into recession. It would take too long. And they didn't want to go in and break up the banks. And they didn't want to break up the corporations. You know the corporations right now, how many corporations that we're printing money for, just keeping them alive? They're zombie corporations. Listen to this. We talked about this in 2008. You got to go into recession, get rid of them.
The number of zombies almost tripled over the past 10 years.
That's right. And how they tripled, here's what they do. They don't want to get the top 1 percentile. They don't want to cause any waves, okay? They don't want any of these companies go bankrupt. They want to always create the illusion everything's wonderful. And then they work with the fake business news guys, right? The jibber jabbers who always make you think everything's just wonderful. Wonderful.
People are feeling flush in their accounts, spending more than our income coming in.
Yeah, that's really bright. They're spending more than their income. That's why they're in trouble. Just like what they did, exactly what they did with COVID. Go home, don't work. We're going to print money, send it to you. Don't produce anything. So now you got people fighting over sneakers. The price is going up and up and up and up. You think they care on Wall Street? Of course. I think Nancy Pelosi cares. No, she's in there buying Microsoft. She's buying Apple. But she's going to know when to get out. And her husband, they know how to short. And they're going to double the money they make by selling short. And you can do that here too. The demand for goods only became a demand when nobody was producing them. And then when he was running, Biden, when he was running for president, he promised, this is how he got in office, I am going to fix this. I'm going to shut down this virus. He said, I got a plan. It's in place. He never did. He lied to us. This is not a political show, but it is what it is. He lied to us. Now he's going to do a speech at 4 o'clock. No wonder he's going to do it at 4 o'clock. Instead, he should be doing it at 8 o'clock at night. But I don't care about that. What I care about is making money for St. Jude. And the only way I can do that is work a deal with you. If I can get you to do better, especially in down markets, so you're making money when the markets go down. And that's when you have fun. That's when you have fun. If I can get you just to open up a little bit, just for 10 days, say, I'm going to look into this for 10 days. And then you're making money when the market's going up. One, it's a ball. It's fun. When you don't have to worry, like right now with your 401k, you're worrying to death, you're worried sick, and you should be. I'm not going to BS you and tell you everything's going to be fine. It's not going to be fine. You're going to get really drilled. You are going to get drilled badly. Like, we've never seen a bubble like this for 14 years. Think what they've been doing. Creating the biggest epic bubble on purpose to make a lot of money. And they're going to leave you, Main Street, holding the bag. And who are they going to blame it on? Everybody except themselves. The Federal Reserve has never worked for us. The Federal Reserve are a bunch of gangsters. The other thing, there's also some stocks, has your broker called you today? But the guys running your 401k say, hey, we found some stocks with relative strength. They're not going down. They're going the opposite way. Yesterday when the market was down 500 points, now it's down another 300 points. Did you get called yesterday? Did anybody contact you and say, hey, we got some great stocks here, some great value stocks. They're going up. Can you imagine a stock is going up for 2 days while the market is going down 700 points in the last 2 days, but you got stocks going up? We always make sure our members are in those stocks because those stocks are in our portfolio, either my portfolio or the working investor portfolio, which you have access to, and Steve goes over with you every day. You got like your own private educator. It works. It works. Listen to this. Listen to this garbage here. This just drives me nuts.
In the last 18 months, we've become so conditioned that the market can't go down.
He's right. That's all. Everyone says, it's never going to go down again. It's never going to go down again. You know how many people, we call them the tourist investor, are buying stock on margin? They don't know what earnings mean. They don't know what I'm talking about today. They have no clue what I'm talking about. They've already turned the channel. They have no idea. When I say stock has no earnings, your tech stocks have no earnings. The S&P went up. The S&P went up big time. Went up almost 30%. But the S&P, guess what? Earnings, 0. Nobody understands what that means, what the consequences of that is. Nobody understands what the consequence of all this inflation, what it's doing to our exports, the costs, killing us. When you're in a hole, when you have negative, when your costs are, I'm sorry, when we are importing far more than we're exporting, that's killing our jobs. But nobody cares. Nobody cares. Pelosi doesn't care. And the people in Congress, they don't care. And boy, you folks in margin accounts, I'd start getting that cleaned up right now. I'd get those margin accounts. If you're borrowing money for stocks, get that cleaned up. Because here's what's going to take this market down. 2 things. 1, the yield curves are now inverting. Markets always crash. We've never, ever not had a crash when yield curves are inverting, and they're inverting, number 1. You also have these stocks that are so overvalued that when they get a margin call, when these people who are borrowing money, they owe $100,000, $50,000, $25,000, and these stocks start dropping. And when Amazon drops and Facebook's dropping and Apple might all drop, it's going to be such panic because the big boys have already been out. You know how they get out? By telling you, buy on the pullback. And when the stock goes down, what do they tell you? Cost average down, buy some more, buy some more. That's the way it slows it down because here's what they know. When this crash starts, at least the other crashes, the dot-com crash, the housing crash, at least we could slow the crash down because we could cut interest rates. We could cut interest rates like putting a brake on. We have no brakes this time. We have no brakes. We don't even have any steering wheel. Matter of fact, we don't even have any tires. They're just pushing us over the cliff. That's how bad it is. Because there's no rate cut. Rates are at 0. You can't stop it from collapsing. But that's the beautiful thing about being short. Instead of being pushed off the cliff and being in the car, you're going to be doing the pushing. Join my gang, free, for 10 days. Make sure you're on the right side of the push. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Canty, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.